Okay, let's dive into this. Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're unpacking a really comprehensive blueprint for local business growth, the Northern Virginia Digital Marketing and Growth Strategy Guide. If you're a business owner operating in this highly competitive region, or honestly in any dense local market at all, the strategies we're about to decode from our source material are going to completely shift how you view your online footprint.
So I want to start by asking you a direct question, and I really want you to be honest with yourself here. Is your local business actually visible? And I'm not just asking if you have a website floating around somewhere out there in the digital ether. I mean, are potential customers finding you, trusting you, and actually choosing you when they're actively searching for the exact services you provide? Because in today's landscape, simply existing online just doesn't cut it anymore. You have to actively communicate credibility.
Here's a quick roadmap for our explainer. First, we'll cover the Northern Virginia Challenge. Second, the 5 pillars of growth. Third, the 4-step process. Fourth, we'll tackle some common business owner questions. And finally, growing your local business. Let's start with Section 1, the Northern Virginia Challenge. Our source material highlights a really unique challenge here. Think about these interconnected cities: Arlington, Alexandria, Fairfax, Falls Church, McLean, Vienna, Reston, and Springfield. I mean, these aren't just isolated towns, right? They make up one of the most fiercely competitive, densely packed business environments in the whole country. Businesses here aren't just competing on their street. They're fighting for visibility across a massive, interconnected geographic web. The absolutely crucial takeaway is that generic, run-of-the-mill marketing advice completely fails in a market this intense. You need hyper-local awareness where your trust and positioning are dialed in perfectly. Moving right along to Section 2, the 5 pillars of growth. According to the strategy guide, a rock-solid online presence doesn't just happen overnight. It's built over time through consistent improvements across 5 core pillars: web design, local SEO, Google Ads, your Google business profile, and reputation management. The most successful businesses out there don't just pick one of these to focus on. They build an entire digital ecosystem where all 5 are working together to support conversions. Let's break them down one by one. Pillar 1 is your website. Honestly, you've got to think of this as your central hub. Literally every single other marketing channel, whether it's an ad, an organic search, or even a word-of-mouth referral, is eventually going to land right here. If your website looks outdated or takes forever to load, you lose that lead before you even knew they existed. The guide strongly emphasizes that your site must be mobile first, simply because most local searches are happening on our phones. It needs lightning-fast load times, and most importantly, really clear lead capture mechanics, like easily accessible phone numbers and quote request forms. Now for pillars 2 and 3. And this brilliantly illustrates the strategic balance you really need to strike. On one side, we have local search engine optimization, or SEO. This is all about optimizing your site, building local citations, and nailing your technical speed so you rank highly in organic searches. SEO builds compounding visibility over time. It's an investment that creates a literal fortress of authority. On the flip side, we have Google Ads. While SEO takes a bit of time to bake, Google Ads deliver immediate day-one traffic by placing you at the absolute top of the search results for really high-intent queries. The real magic happens when they work in tandem. Ads handle the immediate lead generation, while your organic rankings are busy building that long-term dominance. Okay, pillar 4 is your Google business profile. And the absolutely critical point here is this: when someone searches for a service near me, Google pulls directly from these profiles to populate Google Maps and that little local search pack you see. If your profile is incomplete, you are effectively invisible at the exact moment a nearby customer is pulling out their credit card ready to buy. Optimizing this means having a totally complete setup with the right business categories, professional photos, consistent active posts, and ensuring your name, address, and phone number, your NAP, are identical across the entire internet. Finally, we have Pillar 5, reputation management. Look, when a prospect is comparing 2 similar local businesses, they're almost always going to go with the one that has more reviews and better ratings, right? It's just human nature. The guide details some incredibly specific software tools used to manage this whole ecosystem. You've got Review Grow for automating the collection of fresh reviews, Reputation Riser to stream those awesome reviews directly onto your website as social proof, and Review Responder to handle any negative feedback professionally without escalating the situation. They even use reputation videos to showcase top feedback on social media. This is exactly how you turn a passive review profile into a proactive conversion engine. Let's move to Section 3, the 4-step process, and see how this all builds together. The guide lays out a super structured 4-step process. Step 1 is the audit and strategy phase.
You have to review your current search visibility and really analyze the competitor landscape to find your highest impact opportunities. Step 2 is to optimize. This means strengthening the foundation of your website and that Google business profile we talked about. Step 3 is content and authority, where you build out specific service pages that target exactly what local customers are typing into Google, all while generating reviews. And step 4 is monitor and improve. This is such a vital reminder that digital marketing isn't just some set it and forget it shortcut. It's about continuously building and refining long-term value.
That brings us to Section 4, Common Business Owner Questions. Let's start with probably the most common thing we hear business owners say. Hey, we get most of our business from referrals. And look, that's a fantastic position to be in. Word of mouth is incredibly powerful. But if you're relying strictly on this, you're honestly leaving so much money on the table. Because here's the pragmatic reality. Referred prospects are still going to research you online before they ever pick up the phone. Just think about your own habits. When a friend recommends a plumber or a lawyer, what is the very first thing you do? You Google them. If your website looks amateurish or if you have terrible reviews, that warm referral instantly goes ice cold. A strong digital presence doesn't replace referrals, it validates them and ensures they actually convert into paying customers. Here's another really common frustration. We tried SEO or ads before, and it just didn't work. And you know what? That is a totally valid concern. Countless businesses have been burned by generic marketing agencies that promise the moon and deliver absolutely nothing. But the strategy guide actually points out exactly why those past campaigns probably failed. It usually boils down to 3 main culprits: poor geographic and keyword targeting, sending traffic to weak landing pages that just don't capture leads, or basically having zero long-term follow-through on the strategy. The fix here isn't to just abandon digital marketing altogether. The fix is to pivot away from those fluffy vanity metrics like mere clicks or impressions and start demanding measurable outcomes, like actual phone calls and form fills from people in your specific service area. And finally, we've got to address the elephant in the room for any highly competitive local market. Do you work with our competitors? I mean, it's a fair question. If an agency is helping you rank in Arlington, are they also helping the guy down the street push you down the page? The source material addresses this head-on with a really strict exclusivity commitment. The rule is actually super simple: 1 business per specialty per market. If they are working with you, they are absolutely not actively working to rank your direct local competitors for those exact same search terms. This is a massive tactical advantage, ensuring that your growth strategy remains your own unique competitive edge. Which brings us to our final section, Section 5, Growing Your Local Business. The brilliant insights we've explored today come directly from USA Marketing Pros. Based right in Arlington, Virginia. With over 14 years of experience, they are the actual team executing this exact ecosystem. Their entire focus is helping Northern Virginia businesses and those all across the greater DC metro area improve their visibility, generate much higher quality leads, and build a rock-solid online presence using the clear, practical, conversion-focused strategies we've outlined today. Which leaves us with one final question for you to really think about. Are you ready to actually grow your Northern Virginia business online? To request a comprehensive marketing audit and learn how to generate better leads for your business, you've got to check out usamarketingpros.com. So, are you going to remain just a hidden pan on a map, or are you ready to finally dominate your local market?